Uh, yeah, that sound about right. Better keep it on point, cause you never know. You know I ain't lying. Them crazy ones, they'll creep on you slow. They know who they are. Even if you can't do it, act like a pro. You already know. Yeah, adjust to the system, but keep it on code. Solid. I ain't allowed to go against the code. Make a little money good, do it like a pro. Knowledge from the ancestor realm is the goal. Everybody want peace, but the answer inside of the soul. Got us all trapped in the system, the matrix. The more you climb to the top, hey, yeah, invest in your craft. That's the best way to make it. Addressing the trauma, oppressing your greatness. That's the best way to make it. Addressing the trauma, oppressing your...
What's going on, y'all? Hey, Juneteenth blackout. So this first time we're actually going live in the group. The show is called On Code, live stream show. And this show is about learning the game and playing it better. So today we got 10 AI tools that we want to go over with y'all to either allow you to jump into the mix, because these things, they're going to have a big impact on us, whether we participate or not. But at the same time, there are those of us that are already involved, but we still don't know other areas that we can expand in. So that's why we live here with y'all today. I'm Brandy, the Disconnector, with my beautiful sister queen, Sean Speaks.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited about this. I really am.
Definitely. So this is something I'm excited about, because though I have been in the cryptocurrency space and everything for a little while, AI is something that the sis is right on top of. This is right here. Right.
I try my best to at least be aware of what's going on and to incorporate these new AI tools that's coming out into sort of my daily life, whether it's my daily productivity life, whether it's my work life, my side hustles, whatever. I try to incorporate these AI tools. And so one of the things that I'm wanting to do is just to begin to share different AI tools that I use or that I'm aware of that may be beneficial to you. And just share it and not assume that everybody knows about these things, right? And so that's kind of, why I wanted to talk about 10 AI tools that I believe will be useful. And I have a bonus AI tool. So really, it's 11.
Right now. Let's go ahead and jump on into the first one so we can see what we're talking about here.
All right. So the first AI tool is called Quillbot. All right. That's a writing tool, right? So it uses AI to improve your writing. It can suggest changes based upon whether you want something to be formal, whether you want something to be simple, whether you want to use kind of creative writing. It also has a plagiarism checker. And so it is extremely good. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times when I do write something, I will take it through Quillbot, right? A Quillbot, I always pronounce it wrong. I'll run it through there just to kind of, get some ideas, because sometimes it will interpret something that I wrote and it may not be what I meant. And then it'll catch me to go back and say, okay, I need to rewrite that. So Quillbot is a very good AI tool if you're a writer, but even if you're not a writer, right? This is if you work and you got to use the computer, you got to send an email, etc., a long email, you might want to use Quillbot. So that's a really good tool. They got a free version, but they also got a paid version.
And that's all of them, though. A lot of them have free, a lot of them have paid. It's just how find a tool that you love and pay for it. If you love the little aspects that it has for the free version, paying for it, if you're in business, that's an expense.
Exactly.
That's a tool for your business and anything else you might be doing.
All right.
What's this next one?
Next one is Learn Anything. Okay. You have absolutely no reason now to not know something, because you literally can go on Learn Anything and it's free. You can type in, hey, I want to learn about quantum physics or quantum mechanics or whatever. And it will literally take you through like steps of learning so that you can build your knowledge in that area. So it doesn't matter what the subject, you can learn anything. And it will guide you at a pace that is understandable to you. And you can go back into it, read it again and again and again. So Learn Anything is a tool. I have used it. It's not something that I use often, but I do use it. and I think it's a very useful tool, and it's free. I mean, this is the amazing part to me, Brandy, about a lot of these tools is the fact that it's free. So it's like everything, all of the knowledge that used to have to really actually pay for. It's amazing how AI is democratizing that and dematerializing that so that it's available and accessible to the masses.
That part. But you know what? A lot of people ask, like, why is it free?
Okay.
And there is a reason why it is free. We all know that nothing's really for free. Free 99 is a figment of our imaginations most of the time. But the reason why it's free, upon doing research, is because these AI systems are still learning. So the more that we put into it, the more that it learns and applies and implements and shifts its perspective on things in order to be better tools for us. Yep. So regardless of whether we participate actively or not, this technology is going to continue to move forward, and it can act as a tool, or you can see it as your worst enemy. Some people don't want to actually participate because they see it as something's going to try and take their job. But regardless of AI and robotics advancing, those things are going to happen. So again, like we've said in previous episodes, that you would actually have to go check out the podcast, which we'll drop the link to a little bit later. These can, again, be used as a tool, or you can get left behind. Nobody wants to be left behind, but like the smartphone. I was one of those people when the smartphone first came out, I was like, I don't want a phone that I can only touch the screen. I like my buttons, damn it. now we all got a dang cell phone, and we're all beefing back and forth about Android versus Apple now. So it's gonna change. So you might as well do it voluntarily.
It's like facing reality, right? So artificial intelligence is here. It's not going anywhere. You can't really go backwards, right? Once you have a greater knowledge of something, you can't go backwards. So you might as well face the reality and then utilize it to enhance your life, because that's really what it is. These tools that everybody's creating, you want it to enhance your life and make your life easy.
Right.
Now, this is one of my favorites. I use this pretty much on a daily basis. It's Mim AI. Mim AI. It's like a productivity app, right? And it's not only just a productivity app. What I love about Mim is that I can take notes, I can make lists. I don't have to worry about organizing my information. Once it's in there and I got a bunch of different notes, it will automatically sort of tag things together. It also has a built-in AI tool. So it's almost like a built-in Chat GPT. In fact, Mim AI is a project under OpenAI anyway. But you can literally ask it something while you're typing something. Let's say you're typing about, Ernest Hemingway, and you want to know a fact about Ernest Hemingway. You can actually ask the AI within Mim, within your productivity app, to write you a summary about who Ernest Hemingway is. So instead of you having to go out and go to Google, or go out and go to ChatGPT, or wherever you're going to go, or go find a book, you can actually ask it within Mim AI. Now, you only have a certain number of times to use that AI assistant, and you have to buy more uses of it. So I mean, it's extremely beneficial. I use Mim AI all the time. And so it's a part of my productivity. And I have this thing, Brandy, where I call it the Bible of you, right? But you may have heard of the second brain, right? Well, utilizing these productivity apps is literally like building a second brain. It's building up your memory bank so that you don't have to remember it, but you'll have a place where all of the knowledge that comes in is in a central location that you can go and access. And the great thing about Mim is it'll organize it for you. Okay. And so I really, really, like I said, this is one of my go-to. I pretty much use Mim AI on a daily basis. If not a daily, definitely an every other day basis.
Okay. The reason why I like the idea of that one, that's one I'll actually have to get into and actually start using. But I know as a creative that there are several ideas that come into my mind. I kind of jot them down and then move on to the next thing. Well, if you jot it down in a tool like this, you not only get it off your mind in order to free up space for new ideas and the implementation and expansion of other ideas, but it's something you can come back to and know that you can come back to. Like sometimes like we write it down and we have no idea what notebook we use, what post-it notes we put it on, and you spend more time looking for it than just being able to go to one spot and retrace what it is that you know that was a brilliant idea or thought, or maybe it's something really important you need to remember to do. All these things are very, very important.
And a good point before you go to the next one, the reason why you want to start doing that is because things have connections, and if you don't have it recorded, you won't know that that's connected to something else that comes through your mind or something else that you encounter. Whereas when you start to record these things and you start taking really sort of notes of your life, right, you begin to see the tapestry and how things fit and converge and connect. And that can only just enhance your life even more. And you could also begin to see opportunities through those connections that you may not have otherwise seen, because you wouldn't have remembered that you had remembered that before, or had encountered, or and had that encounter with that information before. So it's a good thing. So Mem is one of my favorite. Now, Notion, I use Notion every day. every day I use Notion. I mean, literally, if somebody sends me something, if I come across information, I literally try to organize my templates within Notions based upon sort of kind of, the building my second brain, or the Bible of You, whether or not I'm trying to keep up with, what's going on with the Federal Reserve and interest rates. If I have sort of this, I think interest rates going to do this, I'll have a little section, and that'll be about, what the Fed's going to do in interest rates. And now information that comes in, I'll put that in underneath that. And the reason why I start doing that is because I think what it does is that, sometimes you hear information from all of these different sources, and you want to start to build whose information do you trust the most, right? And so what this does is it gives me an opportunity to say, okay, I heard this information from Brandy. I heard this information from CNN. Not that I don't really watch news like that, but or I heard this information from Dr. Boyce Watkins, or I heard this information from, some other source. And then I sort of kind of keep all of that in there. Of course, people love to tell you what their predictions are, where they think this is going to go, what this is going to go. And what I find that does is that it helps to build credibility with the information that I'm getting from different sources, right? Because now I can go back and I can look to see, okay, Dr. Boyce said this a year ago, or I was watching Earn Your Leisure, and, the guys on Earn Your Leisure, said this about this particular stock. And then I can go back and I can follow this and be like, okay, you know what? Them boys know what they talking about, or Dr. Boyce know what he's talking about, or you know what? Brandy was on the money about that, right? Or they introduced me to something that, that I'm keeping up with. And so it really does aid in credibility with information that comes in, so it's a notion. I love Notions. And it's the difference, I think, between Notions, well, the similarity. Notions has an AI as well. They just released that not that long ago. And so you can do the exact same thing that you can do on Mem. You couldn't at first. Notions just got it. You could do the exact same thing that you go on Mem. You can actually, ask the AI to assist you in summarizing something, writing something, etc. Sort of like almost like a built Chat GPT within the AI. I don't know which large language model they use, but I think it may be Chat. But anyway, you can do the exact same thing with Notion, and it's the same thing. You have a certain number free, and then you have to replenish if you use the AI assistant past their the amount that they give you. They have a paid version, they have a free version of Notion, but I'm telling you, it's a really good productivity tool.
And something that you just covered too, it's very important to me to make sure that you make sure you track your sources when you're quoting people or sharing material that is not your own material. So something like Notion will help you make sure you give credit where credit is due, which is something we should always keep in the forefront, because all of us have masterful ideas that we share publicly, but we don't get the credit that we deserve. And I like to make sure that I give credit to my mentors and the people that I allow to influence me, whether it's through their different books and quotes and things like that. So I love Notions, and I haven't even started using it yet.
Yeah, Notion is good. It's a good one. Now let me say this. Before we go to Bard, there's a buttload of productivity apps, right?
Yeah.
And you have a productivity app. You got most of it. If you have an Apple phone, you got a built-in Apple Notes. I mean, there's tons of productivity apps. It's about really just training yourself. We're on information overload, y'all, right? Literally.
So.
Right? Information overload. And so utilizing these productivity apps is a way for us to still be able to maintain, to take in all of this information, but to categorize it and use it and not be overloaded by the information. Because I'm telling you, y'all, we are on information overload, and you need these productivity apps to sort of help you keep organized in your mind. All right. So Bard is Google's version of ChatGPT. All right.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Bard is a large language model, and you can conversate with it. You can ask it questions. You can ask it to explain things. I mean, you pretty much can do with Bard what you can do with ChatGPT. Bard, now this is the funny part. Bard, Google has had Bard, I think, for longer, I think, than ChatGPT, but they didn't release it, right?
Yeah.
So, but now they've rolled it out. I don't know if it's completely available to everyone, but I know I got off the wait list. So I've been playing around with it. Part of the problem I have with Bard is that I forget about it because they came out late, right? Sometimes, you ChatGPT. So when I think about if I want to use a conversational chatbot, I think of ChatGPT. I don't think of Bard.
So Bard's like the Litecoin of cryptocurrency. Yeah. You got Bitcoin. Everybody knows Bitcoin, and most people know Ethereum, but Litecoin's like hit or miss. It's one out of three.
Exactly. So, but don't get me wrong, that's Google. So everybody, don't sleep on Bard. I'm not sleeping on Bard, but Bard got, they're still working out some kinks in Bard. But Bard is basically just like ChatGPT. It's just like ChatGPT.
All right, now.
All right. So our next one is Pictory AI. Now, if you are a content creator, then you want to use Pictory. It'll help you create visual designs. It'll suggest layouts, colors, all of these things. It's kind of built into the AI, right? And so really all you really have to do is kind of think of your idea, plug it in there, and it will kind of spit out, the visuals for you, right? And the beauty is it does a pretty decent job. It's a great starting point. And that's what's the thing about these AI tools. They are great starting points. They're great brainstorming tools, right? So instead of you having to start from a blank canvas, right? It sort of gives you a beginning, a really good beginning, right? So sometimes I don't know if you're a big YouTube watcher like I am, you get on YouTube. So
I'm paid to avoid the ads. Yes.
Yeah. YouTube, right? I love ads. But one of the things with, you'll see some of these videos, and some of these people, all they did was they spit their script into Pictory AI, and Pictory AI spit out a video layout. And they probably didn't make much adjustments to it. Now the beauty of Pictory AI is that you can easily change out the visuals, and you can easily record yourself onto the visuals. And so it's very good. It's very inexpensive. I think they do have a free version, or so many videos you can do, and then you have a paid version. But if you're a content creator, if you're thinking about being a content creator, I would start with Pictory AI. I really would.
Man, all this information that we're covering, I would definitely strongly suggest. In fact, I'm not even going to strongly suggest. Guys, we are definitely going to offer like a Zoom that we can actually show you how to use these different tools. Because I know a few of them I haven't bothered to try yet because it doesn't look user-friendly to me. It probably is, but if I can't figure it out within like 30 seconds, I'm probably going to move to the next thing. That's just me. I got a short attention span, y'all.
Well, let me say this. I keep like a spreadsheet of all of these different tools, and I've tried a good amount of them. And I'm telling you, y'all, you don't have to have any prior technological experience. None. And very, very ease of use. Now, what you have to have a curiosity. And you can't let yourself get frustrated because you don't know. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But it's really set up for it to be easy for you to create. Let the AI do the job for you. right? You do the innovative, you do the thinking, you do the having a great idea, and then you plug it in and let the AI do the work for you.
You know what just came to mind?
Mhm.
Like, you remember Ask Jeeves?
Yeah, I do. I kind of.
I see like almost every one of these becoming like a graphic or a character, an animated character that within the metaverse and multiverse you can literally walk up to. Like, you walk up to Pictoria and say, "Hey, I want to design this with these colors, and this is what's going on." And then it just turns it out, and all of a sudden you have an NFT that you can mess around and drop somewhere and sell. Does that make sense? Like they're like virtual, they're like virtual representations of these things within the metaverse that you can walk up to and ask questions verbatim rather than type it in on an app on the web, the internet.
No, you're not wrong. There's a space called Vatum, right? Vatum Spaces. And you know, we do really need to do a Zoom, maybe invite some people. But on Vatum Spaces, like I've created a Vatum space. So my space is like in the air, and you can walk through the little space and you see uploaded some of my YouTube videos on there. And I've been meaning to build it out. My goal is one day I was gonna do something for the Sean Speaks brand, but also I was going to do something for the firm brand. So certain videos or certain things where I have the same conversation with clients over and over again. I was going to record a video. You can go to my website, link to the Vatum space, and then you could be taken to, this outer world space where I got it in space or I got it on a beautiful island. And then you could walk around the space and hear how to prepare for mediation, how to do this, those types of things. So what you're saying, and part of that is within that Vatum space, and this is not on the list, but Brandy, you brought that up, and that's why I'm bringing it up. You can mint an NFT, and within that space, you can actually buy the NFT while you're going through my spaces. Most people don't know about it, right? So what I want to say is that there's an intersection. This is why I'm so passionate about this, and I want to share this information, and I want us to become hungrier for it, because there's a convergence that's getting ready to occur, right? Yes. You got your crypto, you thinking, oh, that's crypto. You got the metaverse, oh, that's metaverse. You got all of these different artificial intelligence tools, oh, that's this. All those things are going to converge, y'all. They're going to converge, and you're going to be able to augment your entire life, right? And when I say augment your entire life, I'm meaning you're going to literally be able to, maybe eventually put a pair of glasses on like this. I'm not talking about the bulky VR glasses they have right now, just regular old glasses. And you can hit a button, and all of a sudden your whole world is overlaid however you may want to set it up. And then you can, and you have, so there's a convergence going on. And so I don't want you to look at these things as, as if they're separate and apart. They're all going to converge. And what I don't want to happen to me, I don't know about you, Brandy, but I'm a lot older than you too, but I never kept up with the technological explosion back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. When the tech companies were I didn't keep up with it. I didn't invest in it. I still remember when somebody had told me to invest in Amazon. Amazon was less than $20 a share. I still remember it.
You want to kick yourself in the ass.
Oh my God. Well, what that taught me, I'm telling you, what it taught me is, which is one of the reasons why you need a productivity app. Because had I been training myself with productivity, believing that I'm the Bible of me, my build a second brain. If I would have wrote that down and say, somebody, said to go buy the Amazon app, what's going on with Amazon, blah, blah, blah. If I would have been intentional that information came to me so that I can do something with it, either then or build on it, then I would have been interested in that information. And then I would have invested based upon that information or did something different. But that information came in my ear.
It went right out the other side.
Right back out my ear. And let me tell you exactly what I always remember. I can almost verbatim tell you what I said. That's for them over there.
You know, that's what a lot of us are saying about cryptocurrency. And
I
this
put them over there.
is already in the works. It's already moving. It's all like a lot of people don't realize the government has already created a digital wallet for each and every one of us.
Yep. Most people don't even really know about Fed. I posted it a couple of times in a group about Fed now. Like, you know, is all of this stuff really just for Fed now? But they, you know, nobody's, you know, think about it.
Right.
Eventually.
That's another conversation for another time. Today we are going over AI tools that all of us should just play with and see how it can contribute to our lives or not. Because again, AI and robotics, they're not going anywhere. They're going to get more and more advanced. And I think the last I checked, somebody's estimate, and I gotta go back and check the source. I'll drop the source once I locate it in the comments a little bit later. But they're saying up to 80% of jobs could be replaced by AI and robotics.
Yep.
And to some people that's scary, but to me it's kind of exciting because at the same time, what else could you be doing since you don't have to worry about working, but you can still make money. You still make plenty of money. You just gotta plug in and dial into what's going on. There's a reason why there's a massive wealth shift happening as we speak. This is it.
Yeah, but this is it. No, it's true, right? Like, let's take logo AI.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, if you wanted to come up with a logo, I would have to hire, you know, let's say Brandy was you know, that's kind of what Brandy do to a certain extent, right? I'd have to hire Brandy, and then I would pay her to create me a logo, et cetera, et cetera. And that's not to say that I won't still hire Brandy. This is a tool for Brandy to use to enhance her business. But now, right? I don't know if you see my logo on my background, right? That I made that logo myself on Logo AI, right? And I love my logo. I did it basically myself. And really all I did was textually type in what I visually wanted it to look like, right? That's it. And so now I'm not in the business of making logos. That's not a part of my, you know, conglomerate model of the businesses that I want to do. But for people who do or who are in that business, that creative space business, well, look, I just gave you a head up. You're going to be able to spit out logos for your clients, right? And they're going to be like, oh, it's amazing. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head, right? And then you're going to be able to charge them for it. And so I just, Logo AI is you know, that's a great tool. They do charge, it's, you know, there is a fee for it, but it's I think it's worth it, especially if you are in the business of that.
You know the craziest thing about that? You have people like me that would take something like that and incorporate it into something that I already have going on as a service to somebody instead of kicking them in the teeth. Most people would charge you piecemeal. I see something like that, and my specialty now, aside from investing and just being in that space of things, is I help people create live stream shows. So if you're somebody that's like, I have a great idea for a show, but I don't know where to start, I have 3 tools that I plug people in and help them basically go from concept to being able to go live over the course of a 90-minute class that I do.
Yeah.
So I would literally charge like maybe another $15, $20 more to show somebody, hey, you go over here and create your logo, or I can generate a logo for you and just, instead of creating a logo from scratch, just have something to plug in like this up here in our corner, the OC with the fist is a logo that I created. But what if an AI tool could create that instead, and you automatically already have it to plug into your own live stream show? That just saved you about 3 or 4 hours, depending on how creative you or not you are. And if you guys know, like we know, time can be money.
Yep. Well, so I think that's what artificial intelligence is giving us back. Right. It's giving us back time that the Industrial Revolution took away from us. Right. It's giving us back time. Right. And this is the thing. We don't know what to do with our time. See, I'm just going to say this one piece because I want to stay on script. We don't know. We only know what being human is based upon what we were told from the past. We don't know what being human could be based upon what we want it to be in the future. We're used to having to spend 3 to 4 hours, like Brandy was saying, coming up with the logo ourselves, instead of basically being able to spit in some words into an AI tool and it spit out a logo that matches exactly what you were thinking in your head, but didn't have the creative ability to come up with yourself. And so, that's what it's all about. We're in that stage where we get our time back. So instead of wasting 3 or 4 hours doing something that you would have to spend a whole lot of time putting it together, you can utilize artificial intelligence to make your life easier, get your time back, figure out more what it is that you want to do. So now, right now, I'm the only one on the screen because Brandy took a little bit of a break. She has to go. I think she's grilling. So I'm just going to keep the conversation going while she is, she's on a break. I'm going to recap what the AI tools that we've talked about so far. We've talked about Quillbot, which is a writing tool that you can use to improve your writing. We talked about Learn Anything. Learn Anything is a free tool that you can log on to right now, Learn Anything, and type in any subject, and it will teach you, it will help you learn that subject. All right. And then there's a tool called Mem AI. This is a productivity app. It has a built-in AI assistant within it. And it also will automatically tag and connect your notes. You don't have to worry about, coming up with an outline or a template. It will tag and organize all of that for you. And then Notion is another productivity app. It is probably one of my favorite productivity apps. It also has a built-in AI in it as well. And then Pictory AI, if you are a creator, Pictory AI is for you. And then Logo AI was the one we were just finished talking about. I kind of did a recap, Brandy, while you were away. And so now we're up to our number 8 AI tool, which is Tango.us. All right. Now this one is a free website, and it basically will enable you to create how-to guides, documentations in seconds. So for instance, so in my office, my full-time job is I'm a lawyer, and I have a couple of assistants that work for me. Right. And let's say I'm training them on how to put together a bankruptcy. Okay. And so what I can do is I can go onto my system. I can turn on the Chrome extension for Tango. And then what Tango would do is record every step that I make. Right. So if I open up my bankruptcy software, I input this, I input that, I input this, and Tango is capturing every step that I make. Right. And then it'll turn it into like a how-to guide. So now, instead of me having to retrain my time, instead of me having to take up my time, and let's say I have to train 5 people, instead of me to have to train 5 people, I do that one time. And I send them that guide, and that guide literally says it'll take them step by step, visually, as if I'm doing it. Game changer. And Tango isn't the other one. There's another one I think called Scribe there, but it's about the same thing. Yeah, this game changer. If you own a business, if you are somebody that has to train people, and you're trained, everything is done on the computer nowadays, right? Tango is a free tool. Now they have a paid version, but the free tool ain't shabby. It's a free tool that you can use, and if you find that that is really benefiting you, then you can up it to the paid version. And I think it's still like under $100 or under $150 for the year. What? But I'm telling you, it's game changer. It is game changer. And then now I call that, bankruptcy protocol, how to. And then next person I need to train, I don't do it. I just send them that guide. That's what I just did. I got my time back.
Wow. I think a small portion of my brain just I cannot. Like, I just remember how hard it is, and a lot of companies are facing this right now. You've messed around as a company and basically lost your best people because you didn't want to treat them right. And those best people that are now gone, were the ones that knew how to train the others. This basically became a solution to that. If you can recreate the procedures, well, let's call it the standard operating procedures, your SOPs, once again, to begin training people properly, because that's a lot of I know when I go to different restaurants or even fast food places now, if you're not walking in and having to deal with the kiosk immediately, the people there seem to all be doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
And so you walk in and you walk up to the register, and the person standing behind the register just kind of look at you like, you're about to make me work, ain't you? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, your response should be, hey, welcome to blah, blah, blah. How can I help you today? Let's try that. Yeah. All right, but that was just a mini rant on
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, but that these are tools they're gonna take over, y'all. These are tools that are gonna take over. All right, now this is everybody's favorite chat GPT. That's everybody's favorite. Everybody, it's a large language model. It's like a Bard. It's developed by OpenAI, and it uses deep learning to generate basically human-like responses to natural language inputs. So basically, you talk to it just like I have a conversation with Brandy. I have a conversation with my chat GPT. I call it my chat GPT. It's because it's my assistant, right? I treat my chat GPT like my assistant. I engage with my chat GPT, you know, literally, you know, and so that's what it's literally having an assistant that has access to so much more information than I could ever have.
I used ChatGPT to create about 2 business plans and to help me expand on an idea that I had as far as ways that I could bring it to fruition. Because you know you have an idea and you're like, that sounds awesome, but like, where the hell do I start? ChatGPT. Start there.
No, you're absolutely. I mean, this is game. These things are game changers. They're nothing to be afraid of, right? It's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, these are basically conversational chatbots, language translation, content generation. I mean, literally whatever you can think of, these things can do. You can basically put in the information, prompt it, and then it'll spit something out, right? And you can build upon it. And so ChatGPT is good, but like I said, ChatGPT is not the only one. You got Bard, you know, and Bard is you got some other iterations of a ChatGPT too, but ChatGPT is the number one.
Right.
All right. And then our number 10 is You. Now, You is a search engine, right? That uses AI to help discover relevant and personalized content. So it's like your Google, right. but it's like your Google almost on steroids, right? And so what it really is, right?
Again, my mind flickers just a little bit thinking about that, because Google is already extremely powerful as it is. So you talk about Google on steroids, like how'd you kid, son?
Yeah.
Stuff's about to get real.
It really is. Like, so for instance, you can go onto You, and let's say I want to research James Baldwin, right? So I ask, you know, a question about James Baldwin. It'll then create, pull up information about James Baldwin. I can either scroll going like this, or I can scroll like this, right? I could also see how other people are asking questions about James Baldwin, right? So I can then go on to Reddit's to see, you know, any conversations that are being having about James Baldwin. All of that on that one page, just for me asking about James Baldwin. So it really is about getting all of this information, getting it to you very easily and accessible. And it's a good tool. Now, there's other search engines besides You, but You is it's one you're going to be hearing more and more about it the more people become aware of it. I guarantee.
I could definitely see that. But in addition to that too, just thinking about all these AI learning mechanisms, I just see how the real world implications are coming about, because when you really think about it, a lot of these companies, there is very, very hard to get a hold of a person. PayPal, eBay, Cash App, all of them. Very hard, if not damn near impossible, to get a hold of a real person. And all these AI models are being used to learn more and more information in order to better serve you with an artificial intelligence perspective rather than actually put people on the phone with you. Because at the end of the day, half the time, and I'm not trying to be funny, but like half the time you can't understand the person on the other side of the phone's accent. And then they're talking to you like you're the dumb one or the one that inconvenienced them. I'm like, at the end of the day, like a company's ability to provide excellent customer service to me puts them ahead of the curve. So if I can call and get an English speaking AI model that can simply answer the same questions that I have, or at least help me figure out the solution to whatever issue I'm having, I'm for it. If it's just as useful, if not more productive than an actual person, it just doesn't happen to be a flesh and blood human being, but helps me get to the solution that I'm seeking, I don't have a problem with that. Now, some people might, because a lot of people are going to be out the job, but it wouldn't have come to this if people just simply step up and be more courteous, respectful, and observant of the fact that, like, we have somewhere to be too, and we would love nothing more than to, one, tip you for excellent service, but two, contribute to helping you have a great day rather than allowing you to trigger me in the point that, like, I'm wondering, like, was it me? Not that I do. But there are some folks that are hung up on that. I'm like, yes, AI.
Yeah. Well, our bonus one, and this is actually probably one of my favorite AI tools and a go-to tool that I basically use for almost all of my videos that I create. About probably 60 to 70% of my videos will go through Descript in some way. The beautiful thing about Descript, it's a video editing tool, but it's more than that because it can do translations. So I do a lot of, I record myself a lot, right? And so if I'm going out for a run, I might record an entire blog while I'm out on a run. Okay. And what I used to have to do was come back home at some point, put my headsets on, and type out the blog. I don't have to do that anymore. I can basically download that audio, then upload that audio into Descript, and Descript will translate it for me.
Question. So for those of us that have a habit towards the Ebonics side of things, how well does it translate that?
It translates very well.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It really is. It's hands down one of my main, I don't want to say my favorite because it's so goddamn many of these AI tools, but it is literally one of my favorite tools. The creators of Descript, they got it right. And I'm just giving you one aspect. I mean, this tool does so much. I mean, it literally does. So I'm gonna read what it does. It's a transcription and audio editing software that uses AI to make the editing process faster and easier. It allows the user to edit an audio and video files by simply editing the text transcriptions of the audio and video content. Descript's AI technology automatically detects the changes in the text and applies them to the audio and video. You got to catch that. It'll correct you. You don't have to go back and re-record it. This feature makes editing smoother and less time-consuming. Descript also offers other features such as team collaborations, project management, publishing tools, etc. They have a free version that includes basically the basic features like the transcriptions, the basic editing tools, the cloud backup, and then there's a paid version where you get a little bit more bells and whistles. But let me, okay. So for instance, me and you having this show right now, right? And let's say we were not live and we made a blunder. We could put this into the script, cut it out, right? Or put this into the script, write a whole nother conversation overlay, basically, and don't have to re-record it.
That's crazy. Because at the same time, that's freaking awesome. But at the same time, that's freaking terrifying. That's where deep fakes come from. That's where scam artists lose their effing minds.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to, y'all. We're definitely gonna come back at a later time after we do some more research and gather the facts for you to teach you how to identify some of these scammers that are technically using this technology currently for the wrong things. Because I can say with certainty it's happening. My mother has been scammed fairly recently by somebody pretending to be Navy Federal. I mean, they sent her the codes to her phone to verify her identity and everything, like straight up deep fake.
Oh yeah,
and these kinds of tools is being used for that. So we got to do the research to teach you guys how to also protect yourselves from the people that aren't going to use it correctly.
But you have to be aware of these tools, though. If you're not aware of these tools, then somebody will call you or send you something. You won't even be on high alert about the fact that there are these opportunities for deep fakes, right? So you have to become aware of this, because I'm telling you, some of this stuff, I mean, some of these tools, you would think it was a person and it wasn't the person. It looked like the person and it was
holograms for real, sis. Holy
yeah. This is real on a real level. And so but we got to know about it. We got to know about it. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that, you know, these tools were created for sinister reasons. It's just that there are people out there that can use these tools in sinister ways. And so we definitely want you to be aware of that.
Most definitely. So as y'all pop on here, either live or replay later, be sure to hashtag Juneteenth Blackout, because that's what we're here for, to not only feed our minds and grow ourselves in various ways, but to share with others within this group and beyond the same knowledge. And we love to have knowledge shared with us as well. So coming up in later episodes and sessions, we will definitely be inviting you guys to join us on here and share some of the knowledge and feedback that you have in regards to AI, different investment opportunities, cryptocurrency, what's going on within Black America and beyond itself, because there is a lot to be talked about on a higher level. I don't believe that we as a people are all about the drama, baby back BS and more. I believe that we have very, very intelligent individuals within our circles and beyond that wish to learn how to not only educate one another, but learn to harmonize better. There's too many of us that feel like we're the only ones in the spaces that we're in, and that's not true. Something that Dr. George C. Fraser says is we have everything we need but each other. So it's time that we find one another. It's time that we tap into the Dr. Boyce Watkins. We both identify as part of the B1 extended family. We are Black first. That's what that means. And we find it important to be so. It doesn't mean Black over everything. It just means we put us and our people first. That's how that works. But sis, do you want to do another rundown of the tools that we have covered here today? Because you blew my mind with some stuff.
And the funny part, Brandy, is I haven't even touched the surface of things that blow my mind every day. There's so much out there. So it's so many things that you think is not possible is possible.
Most definitely.
It's crazy. Quillbot is number 1. Learn Anything is number 2. Mem AI is number 3. Notion is number 4. Bard is number 5. Pictory AI is number 6. Logo AI, number 7. Tango.us, number 8. ChatGPT, number 9. You.com is number 10. And the bonus one is Descript. And those 11 tools, you don't have to try all of them. Just pick one. Pick one and let it amaze you. And then go from there.
Right. I absolutely love it. So, guys, we are about to wrap this up for today. This is just one of several things that will probably be coming your way. Right now, the frequency of live stream show is going to be monthly, but as far as tutorials and just basic information like this might happen every week, every other week, because we're deep in the things that draw our interest, that help us save time and make more money. So if you're interested in either one of those things, tap in. We here for it, y'all. But in the meantime, we wish y'all a blessed and wonderful day, and we will see you guys next go around.
Happy Sunday.
Yes. Oh, by the way, before we jump off here, if you guys have topics and things that you would like us to cover, just connect with us at connect@oncodeshow.com. Until then, we will see you guys next time, and peace.
Yeah, that sound about right. Better keep it on point, cause you never know. You know I ain't lying. Them crazy ones still creep but you slow. They know who they are. Even if you can't do it, act like a pro. You already know. Yeah, adjust to the system but keep it on code. Solid. I ain't allowed to go against the code. Make a little money good, do it like a pro. Knowledge from the ancestor realm is the goal. Everybody want peace, but the answer inside of the soul. Got us all trapped in the system, the matrix. The more you climb to the top, they hate it. Invest in your craft. That's the best way to make it. Addressing the trauma, oppressing your greatness. That's the best way to make it. Addressing the trauma, oppressing your